This book here changed everything about my writing, about my lyric writing specifically. If you know me well, I am a lyric junkie. I love lyrics, I cling to them. I don't think a song is complete without really, really good lyrics, and so I really do care about that part of the songwriting process. What's up guys, Shekinah Tebi here, aka Shay, and you are watching episode 6 of The Creative Quest. Welcome back guys to The Creative Quest. I just want to say a huge thank you to those of you who have been engaging so far with the videos. Say thank you to those new subscribers and commenters on the channel. Thank you so much. I'm excited to see where this channel goes and continue the conversation about creativity and the life revolving around creativity and building a music career. So in this episode, this is actually episode 2 in a mini series all about songwriting. And today we're going to be talking about the one thing that changed my songwriting forever. So when I was an undergrad getting a songwriting degree, I went through a lot of different challenges to improve my songwriting and push my creativity. And my professor actually gave me this book here called Songwriting Without Boundaries. This book here changed everything about my writing, about my lyric writing specifically. If you know me well, I am a lyric junkie. I love lyrics, I cling to them. I don't think a song is complete without really, really good lyrics, and so I really do care about that part of the songwriting process. So this book, Songwriting Without Boundaries by Pat Pattison, is not really a typical book, so to speak. It's actually a book of exercises, kind of like something you'd buy at Guitar Center. If you're learning guitar, you buy a booklet full of different exercises and scales. It's like this, but for writers. And this book is not only just for someone who wants to write lyrics. If you're a creative writer of any kind, this is an excellent book to pick up to improve your creativity and push yourself in new ways. So this book consists of 4 14-day challenges, and inside of these challenges are different prompts and different exercises. And a lot of these exercises are timed, anywhere from 90 seconds to 10 minutes. And these exercises help you develop a more vivid and specific writing voice. The timed exercises really help you become a more efficient writer to get to where you want to be in your writing a whole lot faster, to help you get into the headspace of creative writing faster. So the first challenge is called object writing. And object writing has to do with your senses, or sense-bound free associations. Now we typically know that there are 5 senses, but in these exercises there are 7. So we have sight, we have sound, we have smell, we have taste, we have touch, we have body, and we have motion. So we obviously know what the first 5 are. We're very familiar with those, but what is body and what is motion? Body is bodily functions. It has to do with your breathing. Maybe your heart rate is racing. Maybe you're sweating. Maybe you feel the hair standing up on the back of your arms. And motion has to do with the sense of relation to the world around you or to your environment. So your senses are driving the bus the whole time, and the object is your launching point. The object that you're describing or writing from may not be your ending point. You may end up somewhere completely different. So for example, the object might be a hot morning shower, and as you're describing this with your senses, you may end up in the African plains during monsoon season. Your hot morning shower may turn into being stuck in the African plains during a monsoon. So object writing has 4 categories: who, what, when, and where. This is all about showing the listener, not telling them, showing them the story. It's about bringing the audience into the story that you are telling and helping them become a character in that story. So challenge number 2 is all about metaphor. Now these challenges compound on one another. They're specifically ordered for a reason. Metaphor will take the skill that you're developing in sense-bound writing into a step-by-step process for writing metaphors. So what exactly is a metaphor? I mean, we've heard in school that it's a comparison, but it's a little more than that. A metaphor is a collision between 2 different ideas. One idea is crunched into the other. And actually, the book has a really, really cool quote about metaphor. Metaphors have a way of holding the most truth in the least space. So this is kind of like borrowed chords in music. 2 keys could represent our 2 different ideas. And each of these ideas have their own tonal center. But when these 2 keys collide, a third thing emerges. A chord that contains them both. A metaphor. So Aristotle once said, to see one thing as another is the only true creative act. So these exercises actually helped me train that natural ability that every human being has. I can now find metaphors quicker and come up with different and unique ones a whole lot faster and more often than I used to. So the metaphor exercises are basically word collisions. Adjectives colliding with nouns, and nouns colliding with verbs, verbs colliding with adjectives, and finding what these words have in common, finding the tonal center for each of these words, and kind of fleshing out the key of each word. So words in the same key. If you have two ideas, say ocean and elevator, they have nothing to do with one another. They each have their own tonal center, and you can actually write out all these different kind of words that have to do with ocean and all these different kind of words that have to do with elevator. We call that words in the same key. And so this actually helps you find linking qualities between these two ideas. So you can find your borrowed chords in these different keys and create your metaphor from there. The third challenge in this book is object writing with metaphor. And this challenge helps you learn how to explore metaphors more deeply and see them from reversed directions. So for example, I have a song that I wrote last year that's unreleased, but it will be released TBD. It's a song called Bottlenecked, and the entire song is a metaphor. So it's comparing American society with a traffic jam. In this song, I'm describing American society through the language of a traffic jam. I use nouns and adjectives and verbs that belong to one idea and apply them to the other. So American society is a traffic jam, or traffic jam is American society. You can describe one idea using nouns, verbs, and adjectives through the lens of the other and then flip them. And finally, the fourth challenge is writing in rhythm and rhyme. So now you've gone through learning how to write with your senses and use sensory language to bring your audience into an experience. You've learned how to create unique metaphors. You've learned how to explore those metaphors more deeply. And now we have to put it to rhythm and rhyme, which really is what makes it lyrical content instead of just creative writing. So these exercises help you learn how to create rhythm in your language by using stressed and unstressed syllables. Rhythm and rhyme helps make the lyrics themselves musical even before a melody is written. Different kinds of meter and different kinds and types of rhymes can create different musical qualities in your lyrics. So all that to say, y'all, I highly recommend this book for anybody who is a creative writer, especially those of you who are lyric writers or songwriters or musicians that want to learn how to write lyrics and want to learn how to think in this kind of mindset. It really has been a game changer for me and has taken my lyric writing and my creative writing and my communication to a whole new level. I now have a new way of seeing the world and a new way of relating to it through a creative language that I can then take to my creative craft and make something really new and exciting with that. So again, the book is Songwriting Without Boundaries by Pat Pattison. I'll put the link in the show notes below. So if you enjoyed this video and if you've been enjoying the content that's on this channel so far, go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time I come out with a new video. So stay tuned for next episode where we're going to be talking all about riffs and progressions and how to flesh out your musical ideas right here on The Creative Quest. Shit, I forgot what we're going to be talking about. Rhythm and lime.